Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. I'm still loading up here in the background. What's up to everybody in the chat? If you said what's up to me, I can't see my screen as of yet. Just know that I'm not ignoring you. Give me 1 second. I'm booting up. I was having some technical difficulties back here, but I think I'm in here. Larry. All right, starting the show off right. I already get a few dislikes. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know, I mean, your boy been working hard, man. Been giving you guys different shows. Do I sound clear, Post? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you crispy clear, bro.
All right. I've been giving you guys shows, different content, some comedy, humor, serious talk. You get it all here, man. Get it all. I'm auditioning for an excellent radio station. We about to make it happen.
Facts.
For real. Listen, ladies, like I said, as you guys come in, I always say we're not going to be here that long. Depends. I always say that shit for shit kick in. But hit the like button. We should have a very entertaining show, to say the least. Now, with me today, I got my good brother, good friend of mine.
Y'all already know. Post up, Mr. Let's Talk About It. One of your favorite broadband bully members. What's good, people? Shout out to the chat, man.
Listen, before I get started, man. Actually, I can say that in a minute in the show. Shout out to everybody on the Discord too. In the Broadband Bullies Discord. You guys, man, listen. I'm new to this whole Discord thing. I'm a little late. But that Discord is jumping. Like them jokers being there all times of night. And they have, man, like I said, anything come in, join, have a good time. You want to get your troll on. Cool.
What's good? One stop for the game, man.
We just don't do the racist thing over there, you know what I mean? Ain't none of that stuff. And leave people kids. If you want to joke and have fun, be my guest. You know what I mean? Like I said, Post. First of all, what's going on with you? We haven't done a sit down one-on-one in a minute. What's going on with you, good brother?
Yo, I've been good. I've been taking care of a lot of family stuff, man. So I kind of been behind the scenes, but I've been staying up with the shows, popping in when I can, and stuff like that. Finally getting everything in order, so I'll be able to, be back. Be more consistent with the shows and the videos and stuff.
Okay,
man. Just chilling, man.
Oh. Well, hold on, I gotta mute myself in the back. There we go. I found my screen right there. I guess I'll be keeping Zari, what's the Discord link? Hold on, let me get the Discord link right now. Let me get the Discord link right now. Actually, can I leave a permanent link? How do we do this shit here? Hold on, give me 1 second. Discord business. Hold up, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to my last video because I always leave it in the first link. In the first comment in my last, my videos. Hold on. I'll put the link in right now.
3 Xbox dudes voted this video down before it started.
I know, man. Did me dirty.
These suckers is wild out here, man.
Don't be dirty, man. All the hate kind of made my decision a little easier for me. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had to do some soul searching last night. I mean,
you're really serious with this, man.
Hey, man, Post.
I see the PlayStation logo in the back.
Shout out to my man. Shout out to my bro, Carl from the UK.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Carl from the UK hooked me up. And he sent me the Uncharted 4 collection. Yeah, man. I don't have a Ps4 right now. I'm waiting for the God of War bundle to come back out. We start playing a little Uncharted. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's a link right there to the Discord. You know what I mean? And shout out to my man, Michael Ortiz. Today's his birthday. Everybody should have seen that, good brother. But anyway, I just posted the link to the Discord. Here it is again.
Neverland, you want to know if I'm switching pony next? Y'all crazy.
Well, this is the thing, real talk. I won't even say it's too much. And listen, I want to say this, right? Last night, because I was in the Discord, and shout out my man 6996. I don't know if it's man, woman, and child, who the hell he is, but I think it's a guy. Well, shout out to him, though. Him, Von Lamont. Whatever. So love is love. Him, Von Lamont. What's some other people's name? My man Von Lamont, Neverland X and stuff. And they said something to me, and a few other jokers in the Discord yesterday, right? And he said, man, you know what I mean? Next Gen, on the real, he said, he said the ponies have always supported you more than even the Xbox community.
Oh shit!
I got to sit back scratching my head, man.
What?
I said, nah. So yeah, look at it. Look at you. Says once you come out there and voice your concerns about your preferred platform of choice, people, I've always people, they threaten to unsub me. They don't like me doing shows with Alex and in Puerto Rico, and I guess and again, they don't like a lot of them say this again. A lot of times, a lot of people get caught up in the personality that you see here on YouTube, and not how they are, off the camera. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, Alex is a troll. Like I said, it's just have fun how he. But they don't, they don't
know the real Alex. Alex get on the podcast, he put on that character, but I gotta learn the people. But like, that's why we ask y'all to jump into these party chats when we game and stuff like that. That way you can get to know a Z or a Alex and stuff like that. I think a lot of people just take this shit too serious.
Yeah, but like I said, it is, man. I say it's loving basketball, man. Like I said, as you guys come in and hit your like button, I got the scratch on my head and got the thinking. You know what I mean? Maybe they have supported me more over the years than a lot of the Xbox people. You know?
I probably because I didn't see Xbox fans then unfollow you on Twitter, unsub from your channel. If it was like something that, even if it was your opinion towards Xbox and it wasn't in line with their thinking process, man, we finna unfollow you, we finna unsubscribe from you. I'm never watching your content again, and that's kind of crazy. So he might got a point there.
You know, man. But like I said, like, going forward, I'm just being, listen. I have to call a ball, a strike, right? How you say, I got to call a spade. Oh, you know my saying, I got to get the biggest knife in the drawer. I got to cut the bullshit out, right? I'm not using OBS right now, so I got to do this the ghetto way, right? It's crazy that I've seen so many people jumping up and defending a Sea of Thieves because I said I didn't like it, right?
Oh, yeah, this Sea of Thieves thing, man.
You know what I mean? I've seen so many people, again, making videos, and which is crazy as hell. And they try to they say this East Coast, West Coast beef. And I always said I don't have a problem with anybody in the Xbox community. So, it is what it is. Just making these videos. Maybe they just hurt. They feel as though I abandoned them, right? But it's crazy, right? I was talking about all next gen that plays is Gears of War. He don't play nothing else, and X, Y, and Z. Now, my friend, listen, now I would hate to question any of those guys' integrity, right?
Okay. Let's talk about
I goes down my friends list, right? Because I didn't unfriend. Maybe they unfriended me, you know what I mean? And I'm just crazy. You get all these guys like claim that, Sea of Thieves with the game of the generation and Rare's back. And ain't none of these jokers playing Sea of Thieves.
I had one person on my friend list playing Sea of Thieves within the last 2 days. Yesterday, I ain't seen nobody on there. Today, only saw one person. And that's a big difference from when the beta was out. I guess everybody was waiting on the final game to drop to get more content to see what they expect. But the beta was the final game. Yeah, that was disappointing. And I was disappointed because my expectation was that the beta dope. Maybe in the final game we get more content, and I've said that you could go back on the shows, hear me saying how dope Sea of Thieves was, and how I expected more content after it dropped. But nah, man, somebody already got Master Pirate through cheating. They done found cheating and ways to do aim bots, all types of stuff in the game already. It's crazy.
Now again. I got one guy and he's playing with crap. What's still crapping this guy here? But so many people said I was so wrong about Sea of Thieves and making shit up and what the fuck. So, and I got a whole bunch of people. When you send me your friend's request, I accept you right back or whatever the case may be. If I see it, I probably got about 1,000 people on my friend list. I don't know what I got, but I got a lot, right?
Yep.
And that's crazy because they were so vocal in saying that I was wrong, that I didn't give it a chance. They wanted to say how many selling hours you got and X, Y, and Z, all this shit there. I didn't. And I said when I started the game, I had a shovel, I saw some sand, I seen the boat. What I do? I didn't like it. It was trash to me. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? To me, my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I also said that if for us not having a AAA game, more or less, in about 17 months. This was the wrong game to come back with. You know what I mean? The only game to come back. I say we had other stuff, and this was like maybe the dessert. Fine. For this, and that's why it got put under such scrutiny. You know what I mean? Because we don't have anything else on this side of the pond. So that's why everybody was just just looking at us like damn, this is it, and whether it's I say good press and those things bad me, but everyone's looking at it, you know what I mean, and it didn't live up to the hype.
It didn't. If you look at Sea of Thieves prior to its release, the beta was number one on Twitch with over 200,000 some viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's at 28,000 viewers. That should tell you something. That is a massive drop. That is a massive drop. Once the truth came out about the game, I had high expectations for it because I thought, this is the better. When the final game comes, it should open up. We're going to see a whole lot of ships on the map. We're going to get more content and things like that. None of that happened. And so I can understand why people feel the way they feel about the game. It ain't shit to do. You do the same missions. You go find a chest, or you go find some type of animal, and you bring it back, and you keep doing the same thing. Ain't no reward system. Ain't no leveling up. Ain't no customizing nothing. But your boat and stuff like that, nah, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'll take an L on this one. I'm claiming my L right now because I know somebody in the chat gonna tell me, and I know Z, y'all told me, and I'll stay with it. But I'm gonna take my L now.
Hey, shout out! We got my man Next Gen 720 Gears of War dog in the chat. But look, so again, you know what I mean. And I'm gonna say this again. I gotta say this right.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking those that like the game. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying this now, and I always said this too. For me, being at the time a diehard Xbox guy, you guys know, be the behemoth you heart, bleed green. I've been here since day one, right? And I'm just saying that, is what my expectations from Microsoft and the platform. I'm just saying that they're not meeting my needs. You know what I mean? But then I've also heard, man, well, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. Microsoft not having no AAA games, just that the other. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. Yeah. And I also heard that when Microsoft don't have to do anything else, we're fine with the controllers they're gonna bring. And I just came to a point, right? And people think it's me trolling, click. Nah. Because again, I've believe it or not, like I've been saying this for a minute. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys forget it because I've been more vocal with it and with the theatrics. God damn it, and drunk ass Uncle Teddy, but. I've been saying this and voicing my concerns for a long while. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be honest with you, Post. I'm going to keep it real. Just looking on the horizon, right? And and what I'm saying, and maybe again, and like I said, I know that I say heavily invested in the Xbox ecosystem and stuff. You know what I mean? But right now, I'm going to keep it funky right now. I don't need an Xbox to enjoy the ecosystem. I can still talk to you guys from my cell phone. On an iPhone, on the chat, on the app, Xbox app.
Xbox Live, yep.
I can still do that. Actually, believe it or not, and I love Gears of War. Mm-hmm. I can plug my controller to my PC.
Yep.
And still talk with you guys and play God of War. Listen. I'm gonna keep this thing all the way a buck, right? I think we're gonna have a new generation in about 2 years. So, and if this landscape doesn't change, I might not even get an Xbox next generation. If I can still play the exclusives on PC or whatever, how they're doing it, I just grab my controller, and I might just have a PlayStation. I'm just keeping it 1,000.
Look, if you're asking me about my game score, I don't give a flying F about gamer score. I do not achievement hunt. I do not monitor my game scores or any gamer score or anything like that. When I get on to enjoy a game. If I get an achievement, I get one. If not, it's just a wrap. We don't be like when we in the party, we playing, we ain't thinking about achievements. We ain't trying to go achievement hunt or nothing like that. Yeah. I don't care about no gamer score.
Hey, this community is wild. We got an Uncle Teddy in the chat too. Shout out to Uncle Teddy. We got Jokers as wow, man.
I think it's about 40-some thousand, over 40-some thousand, somewhere around there. I don't care. But look, I'm not gonna jump ship just yet on the Xbox. I seen Microsoft announce the OG Xbox, and to a crowd of criticism about them not gonna be able to make it in the gaming industry. And I seen them find their way with the OG Xbox. I seen them succeed with the 360, and I seen them fail with the Xbox One. There's no success without failure. This is something they're gonna have to learn from. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stick with.
Here's the thing. Okay, let me say this right, Post. And again, It's not that
Mhm.
I want anyone to fail because
Yeah.
competition, breeds excellence and greatness. Still sharpens steel. You know what I mean? So and again, I wouldn't want to imagine a world gaming with just Sony or you know what I mean. And that's what I'm saying because you still got Nintendo up doing their own thing, and they won't be more as a direct competitor of Sony. So, in all honesty, you know what I mean. Forget all the fanboys. Anybody should want Microsoft to do well. You know what I mean, or and what Sony do, vice versa. You know what I mean. Because again, if you don't, you have one just straight stomping the other one out. You had Sony got cocky and big headed on the $600 console, get 2 jobs to buy the bottom system and all that stuff, and we put on the console so powerful TVs at the time. With the PSP can do 1080p, 120 frames per second. But again, I said to say this, but I'm just saying as me and the games that I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also want to say, well, next year you don't play anything. I play what I like, and what I like, I play, and I'm good at. You know what I mean? So even in that notion, because you have people, I guess, critiquing and go, well, look, he's putting this many hours on Peggle. And it was the crazy thing. You know what I mean? First of all, shout out to Maya. And I may have even gotten 100 of those achievements. That whatever Maya got, 800, that's all on her. She loves Peggle to death. She's a Peggle master. I put big money on her. She beat anybody, right? But even so far as that, I guess it made me to how you say, discredit the messenger, not adjust the points that I brought up, right? They come up there and they attack me personally and what I played, what the lack of that I play, and X, Y, and Z, right? My question, if you felt that way before and stuff like, why wait it now? If you didn't feel like I didn't have a leg to stand on and voice my opinion, why wait till it now? You know what I mean?
Why wait and say it now? I don't know what, man. Must be biting their tongues, man.
A lot
of people biting their tongues out here. And Vaughn, I agree. Microsoft only had one good generation. That's understandable given the OG Xbox was their first.
I like it. You know what? I would listen. And listen. Check it out. I would give them 2. The reason why I would give them the 360, of course, the OG Xbox, because the OG Xbox,
they kind of set the standard with live and all that.
Live and you know what I mean. They had a lot of great exclusives, on the OG Xbox. I mean, at one time, Splinter Cell was an exclusive. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even
Chaos Theory, which still holds up to this day.
And for at the time, for Microsoft being the new kid on the block, they actually outsold Nintendo, like I said, with the GameCube. But like I said, moving forward, and people want to ask me what's the direction of my channel, what I'm going to do, and you know what I mean, I'm still going to do Xbox Beast Fire and the BG.
Got a PlayStation Beast Fire coming.
You know what I mean? Oh, you know what, bro? You know what I mean? Maybe I can live in the works, get some straight Sony guys never. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you though. You know what I mean? Even like a lot of the games, those guys are into, like shout out to Jabari them. I'm not into. Like I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play. Like I'm not. I'm not into that type of stuff. But like the games that I am into, they got me over here eating hay, get my pony on. Are games like God of War, Spider-Man, Days Gone, Detroit, Human. I'm interested to see what kind of games that Kojima's making. I don't know what it is yet, but you know what I mean.
Death Stranding, yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
I will say this though, Z. PlayStation Nation can thank Microsoft for what they did in the last generation with 360. Because it really woke. You got a different Sony this generation than the Sony we got last generation. They're a lot more hungrier. They're more focused than ever. They're doing everything. They're doing everything right. Even though they started off the generation stumbling out the gate, the games weren't there, but that was on both sides. You know what I'm saying? But when they caught their stride, it was over. And I think that was. And you can't knock them. They say, hey, if it worked for Microsoft last generation, why can't it work for us? And they took the same thing Microsoft did, and to my knowledge, they're doing it a lot better than what Microsoft did last generation. Because look where they at as far as the numbers.
We got a question from a man here. It says, Z, what's your favorite game so far this generation? Well, I don't know. I mean, what I've enjoyed the most, probably, this makes like a casual answer. I love Gears of War. That and Mortal Kombat. And you guys I like fighters. Mortal Kombat Tekken. I just hopped up Tekken because the netcode was trash. You know what I mean? I would ask, I played this. What was my favorite PlayStation game? I would have to give Uncharted. I started playing it. My son came over for the weekend, him and his girlfriend, and one of them hit me with the 5-figure discount. I didn't see the disc again. He just bought my shit back about 2 years later. But listen, shout out to my man. I guess I'm going to get into the Uncharted. You know what I mean?
He comes to shit on the low.
Yeah, low. Hit with a 5-figure discount. Yo, my man took the CD out the box of the box there. Took the CD out the box.
Oh, one of those. You looking at the box like the game still in there.
Yeah, I like Street Fighter too. I like Street Fighter. Probably Street Fighter 5 was probably my favorite Sony game. Like I like fighters. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like I said, this generation isn't over yet. You know what I mean? If you want to look at it on the Xbox side of thing, as far as exclusive wise, I know Rise got a lot of slack. But I like the story of it. I mean, and
Rise was dope.
Something that they can build on, you know what I mean? If they, invest into the IP. I even like the Sunset Overdrive.
Rise, we need another Rise. I don't know why people kind of dog that game. The only thing you needed was more weapon selections and variety in combat. But the story was dope. The graphics was crazy. I think that's a franchise that Microsoft needs to go back to. The way they need to talk about that, the way they talk about Quantum Break and the other joint with the little girl that everybody don't.
Which one? Oh, Last of Us?
No, the one on the Recore.
Oh, nah.
The one you be Recore?
Yeah, I can't rap with that Recore. And again, I listen. I look even at games like Recore. I look at them as the dessert. What do you mean? That's not the full course meal, and it's not like a AAA title. It's not. You know what I mean? Yeah. I compare Recore to that Mighty Number 9 type game that came out. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not like, you know what I mean, like a Gears or a Halo. But again, to even like I said, get back what I'm saying. That set me on this path or where I'm feeling now. There was maybe it was that Inside Xbox, that show. You know what I mean? Because here it is. What I don't understand, you got Microsoft always out there saying that they hear the fans. We see they're always in the community and they respond to people's tweets and people will be happy or follow me on Xbox Live. So you think they're in tune, they know what their fan base wants. And then we get that Inside Xbox show, right? So that was bad, you know what I mean? So I'm questioning, do they really know? You know what I mean? And listen, I'm also on the record saying here many times, Melissa, I bullshit you now. I'm on the record here saying many times that Microsoft, because this is my problem, like I said, with their E3, they start off at this high, they come out blazing, boom, 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 and then they can't hold that level of momentum, and they just drop, and they hit that 15-minute snag with the ID and Xbox, my man, Christian, whatever, Cacciolo up there with looking like Mr. Bean, showing these weird-ass games. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, because you have a pre-E3 showing and you have an after E3 showing. You can put those little small games there. People are tuning in to see the big over-the-top, what looks nice graphically, X, Y, and Z, right? And then, like I said, again, in 2016, Sony didn't show not one goddamn indie game. They came out there and showed nothing but their own AAA goddamn exclusives, more or less. You know what I mean? Spider-Man, God of War, Days Gone, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and the show not one indie. You know what I mean? The show wasn't that long. The show was like 45 minutes, but God, it was a dope show. Yeah. Like it was. I can't listen. I'm sitting here scratching my head like, yo, damn, they done did it again. Like it be there for Microsoft to win, right? And it's like, God damn, they done did it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then, like I said, even with the E3 last year, they of course should have been big showing the X. Everyone was excited. Like, how can they blow this? They got new hardware, right? But then they do go on this sizzle world with like 40 some odd games. And listen, I don't know like none of the games that they showed. You know what I mean? Indies or whatever the fuck they were, right? Double A games, single A games. But then here come Gamescom again, and then you have brand new hardware. How could you I'm sitting back scratching my head. And then they show, what is it, Crackdown? They show that running on the X. Like, why won't you show that on the X? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I mean? Like, it's like one knockout out there. They got a glass jaw. They all just get knocked out in the first round. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Now, again, check it out. And then Sony does and I used to clown on Sony for this, but that was the Paris Game Week show. The hell is that? You know what I mean? And listen, I enjoyed that much more than Microsoft's Gamescom. That's a fact. No, I don't have VR. You know what I mean? Maybe I can get one with a 5-finger discount myself. but they show, Ghost of Tsushima preview there. There's some other stuff. I'm like, God damn, and they still got they still got to look forward to what do you call it? PSX. Like, yo, God damn, like, come on, can we get some of that over here as an Xbox guy? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, folks. You know what I mean?
I think.
Am I overreacting?
No, you're not overreacting. I think one of Microsoft's greatest mistakes was not giving us a game that showed off the power of the X. You know what I'm saying? I think they failed in that area. I think they failed in the area of even Gears of War 4 is a dope game to me,
Yes,
right?
sir.
The
Yes, sir.
multiplayer. The campaign is unfinished. It's a really short campaign. And I thought at some point that we was going to get the rest of the campaign through some type of DLC. It never came. I don't feel as though, don't try to come give me Gears of War 5 saying this the second part of Gears of War 4 and charging me another $60 or $100. I ain't going. Gears of War 4 is a dope game, but the campaign is not finished. I don't know. I ain't gonna spoil it for whoever hasn't finished it yet, but it's not finished. And I was expecting a longer campaign, but we needed a title that, had the titles you be looking for, where we take beauty over brain. You know what I'm saying? Show off the system. Let people know what this thing is capable of. And I thought people would have been more enticed to get it. But Sea of Thieves is not gonna work. State of Decay is going to be a dope and fun game. I think it's going to have the dynamics, but I think on a graphical scale, it's not going to be something that's going to wet your eyes. Far Cry 5's from what I've seen, looks amazing. It runs native 4K. We want some titles like that, and I think somebody said they was trying to get Splinter Cell exclusive. If they can do that, then that'll be awesome.
Like this, Neethel said he wanted. I just sent Neethel's link. You have yet?
Okay.
I think I sent him the link. I think I did. Yeah, I did send him the link. But anyway, I said, okay, and I keep asking.
Ball, though.
I keep asking this question. I keep asking this question. I mean, next gen, what if they don't deliver at E3? It's not. I listen. I there's nothing more that I can say. I don't have. Believe it or not, right? And this one I know. Like he said. Like sometimes like that. Damn. Listen, you got YouTube, which is entertainment. Cool. You go out there and have fun, bug out or whatever. And then what you have, sometimes, like I said, I'm a gamer consumer first, right? I mean, and you have to at one point you have to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't want to question anyone's integrity. It's not even about that, right? But when you when they tell me, well, I didn't have any expectations for leading into Inside Xbox, I'm like, oh, God damn, because first you guys were saying this was gonna be like Nintendo's Direct, and we're gonna get game information X, Y, and Z. Now you're saying, that you don't have any expectation. Well, if you got let down, that's your problem, because I know what I was getting. What? At what point do we just stop to get the biggest knife in the drawer and cut the bullshit out? Yeah. You know what I mean? And at what point do we get the biggest knife in the drawer and we just cut the bullshit out? He said, once enough is enough, and shit, and when is too much, too much. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. You know what I mean? And again, I get YouTube. You want to play up to your audience and whatever the case may be, right? Fine.
Yeah.
But at what point do you exit stage left and step out of character, step out of Shakespeare? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You step out of there and be honest and be real. You know what I mean? At one point, for real,
I think Microsoft numbers led them into the direction of what they did with the Xbox One. All the media numbers, statistics they was getting back from gamers on the 360 with Netflix and all that. I think that pointed them in the direction that's what gamers wanted. I mean, the gamers now today are different than the gamers we was back in the days. I think back in the day, all we had was games to rely on. We didn't have MP3 players where we could listen to music, search the internet, and do all that. So the gamer now is different from the gamer back in the day. Microsoft bet on that forgetting that the core audience really don't give a fuck about that. I mean, they use that because it's there, but the main point of a gamer is to play games. So you give them games first, and then you add that TV show. And I think Sony saw that, and they was able to capitalize on that because Microsoft went first. If you look at what they did with the this is how you share a game. If you look at them dropping in the price of the PS4 backstage at E3 when they saw the same day as E3 after Microsoft had their E3 and they came out with $4.99. Sony dropped their price to $3.99, seeing how everybody respond. So Sony was smart; they was able to capitalize off of Microsoft mistakes. Hopefully, Microsoft will learn from this shit.
Hold on, let me pay the bills right quick. Shout out to my brother Von Lamont. He said, "Ratchet and Clank shits all over the Xbox cartoony games. Do you think PlayStation VR 2 will go on launch day and date with a PS5?" I don't know. I don't think a PSVR 2 is going to launch day. Maybe a year, if they're going to do another one, maybe a year after or whatever. They first going to build the install base of the PS5 for making. I mean, Smiles are making a dedicated peripheral that's going to probably be about $400. I mean, $400 to $500. So now, you know what I mean? You know, what's up?
I don't think it's going to launch.
What's up?
What's going on, bro?
I don't think it's going to launch day.
Hey, neither. Like I said, when last we spoke maybe during. I haven't really been talking to you more or less. Yeah. So again, you see the title of the show, right? And you know, people might think it's next gen, or this is an act, or this is how you feel. He just playing it up for YouTube, or and again, I must say this again, like for real, like, and maybe like I said, this what I'm saying again. It's not nothing new. It's something that I've been voicing my concerns over for a while. I think a lot of people aren't paying attention because of the theatrics and behind it, you know, drunk ass Uncle Teddy and stuff, you know, little things I've been doing. But again, I've been very critical of Microsoft right from the last year or so. So, I guess have I made the right choice? And you say, you know what? And say, you know what? I bet on the wrong goddamn horse this race. You know what I mean? Sony got a stallion, Microsoft out there with the goddamn donkey, right? So now listen, now as Xbox guys, we can't say. I understand. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like this is the power thing at the beginning of the generation. You know, 1080p now. We've all seen it in the media, whether we choose to acknowledge that or not. Like that was a big thing in the media. Not so much now, you know what I mean, but it was a big thing in the media then. But the power narrative is gone. We can even say this, that you know, Sony, you know, didn't have any games at the start of the generation. So all it's subjective. Fine, you know, Nat Killzone. They had Bloodborne, which was pretty good for them, big for them. They had The Last of Us remastered. You know what I mean? Those were like their big ones at the start of the generation. Whether you like Microsoft games or not, you know, you had the Sunset and all those other games that they were doing, right? Now, and Sony kind of most relied on having the better version of the multiplats, right? As far as marketing, you know, the deals, Steam console, they were still doing it all. Now, with that originally, now you quit, you know, you get rid of the power narrative, right? All right. But now Sony's still out hustling you, third-party deals, marketing, theme consoles, you know what I mean? And now they have the exclusives. I mean, do you think it's something that Microsoft can do? And make this next gen a wise guy? I see the writing on the wall, you know what I mean? That they can turn this shit around. Now, not saying that they can catch Sony, because I don't think that's done. You know what I mean? But how you say perception is everything. You know what I mean? A way that, because people, I mean, listen, I've seen so many videos and some people just sent me about a lot of gamers within this community feel about the Xbox brand, that it's a dead platform. Do you think that they can change that narrative?
Well, you know, the Xbox, I mean, says, yes, Xbox is going to be back on track. We're going to be fine. But as you said, the writing's on the wall. Microsoft's talking about putting things on other platforms, no matter what it is. Microsoft released Game Pass, which I think is awesome, but that's like a perfect gateway to putting your games on other devices, at least in my opinion. And Microsoft, they're shy about showing anything. Like this E3, I wouldn't be surprised if they only show something that's a year, maybe 2 years out. Like, I don't even expect much from this E3. Like, ultimately, what their actions as of late, I can't be the X-body and I want to be, I got to be real. Like, I don't have that much faith in Microsoft because of their performance as of late.
Look, I look at it like this, man. And I have to address it, and I respect Nitu's opinion, but this whole thing that people are saying about Microsoft on these podcasts about them getting rid of the hardware and just becoming a streaming service, until I see Halo on a PlayStation, I'm not gonna believe him. When Phil Spencer spoke about the streaming service, he also iterated that there still was going to be a hardware platform there. I think people taking the streaming thing too far. I think when Microsoft think about streaming services, I think they're thinking about iPhone, Android, Windows Phone, PCs, and tablets.
We're gonna talk about that.
I don't think they're going into Nintendo and Sony and doing that. If that's the case, they might as well just become a third party partner.
Here's the thing. Check it out, right? Maybe you can. Here's my thing, and I brought this up on BGST last week, right? I said that yes, when it comes to resources, right, and that's why I'm still sitting back scratching my head. Microsoft, like I always said, they can acquire Sony and Nintendo with one fell swoop with a mighty hand, right? Yeah. So then, right, and here's the thing, right? That's Microsoft, the whole company, Microsoft being the behemoth that they are, right? Yeah. Then when I hear them saying, when they're making these very I would say not claims, but things they want to do outside of the Xbox when it comes to gaming, I'm sitting back scratching my head. I'm always on the fence. I'm saying here, even I always said the same thing about this Xbox, play anywhere and this PC stuff, right? I said first you have to master this console shit here, as far as gaming wise. Yeah. Before and all that's well and good. This guy. My thing is get this shit down here packed first. Get your games in order. Get your ducks in a row before want to venture outside of that and wanting to expand your horizons. You know what I mean?
Hey Z, can you share my screen?
I agree.
No, hold on, let me go here. That's my only thing. You know what I mean?
So post up. I'm with you. I'm an Xbox, but if you're looking at my screen right now, it says we're looking at ways to make the content available to anyone, no matter what device they're on. Like, to me, that isn't spelling confidence. They won't put it on a said competing platform like Nintendo or PlayStation. In fact, in the past, hasn't Microsoft put out Viva Pinata for the Nintendo DS?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a handheld.
Yeah.
Sony did the same thing. Sony put out content for Nintendo handheld as well. Sony just created a division to create like third-party games for Nintendo and stuff like that, as far as handheld games and stuff like that, and mobile games and stuff like that. I mean, that's nothing new. But I'm saying until I see it, I mean, I don't think that anything can say, okay, that means that includes it. Maybe it do. Maybe it don't.
Make that content available to anyone, no matter what device that they're on.
No matter what device they're on. Yeah, I can understand why people saying, "Hey, we're going to see we're going to see Microsoft software on Sony and Nintendo's someday." I can see where they can get that, but I just take it as TVs and and stuff outside of that. I don't see it.
Listen, thing. All right, and maybe. Again, I'm just the old guard at the gate, the last of the dying breed, the last of the regime here, right? The old brass, right? Even in that, right? I look at it like this, right? And maybe look at it as from a business point, a standpoint of what does and what makes money, right? But you have to leave some value to your hardware that you're selling. I'll give you an example, right? I understand people that Xbox guys like to use this narrative. Well, you can get Windows Word on any platform, and this, that, and the other. You're absolutely right. The Microsoft Word, you can get on your iPhone, your Android. Right? You're absolutely right. But Microsoft is not selling a phone, more or less, or you know what I mean, or they're not selling computers. Yeah. If Microsoft was in the business of just making the actual physical computers, I doubt really you would be able to get Word still on your Mac or whatever the case may be. If they were actually making desktops, they're just doing this software something. So they outside of, like I say, the hardware business. And that's always been Microsoft thing, was been a software thing. But they are in this business again to sell hardware, which is their console. And by like I said, I don't see no ups in this. Again, it's not about who sells more consoles than X, Y, and Z, because none of that money goes in either one of our pockets. We're just looking at it from a thing like you're taking all the value that you have here on this said platform and putting everywhere else. You know what I mean?
I think Porter Rock use of Office as an example to get his point across was terrible. And because if you look at what Office is for, it's used on an educational level, it's used on an enterprise level, IT all across the board. So from a Microsoft perspective, you wouldn't alienate, because you have businesses that only run Macs. In their business. You have businesses that only run PC. So from that perspective, you're not going to alienate one portion of your customer base because of pride. You know what I'm saying? You're going to allow that to go across from Mac, whether it's Mac, whether it's Linux, or anything across the board. You're going to give access to it. That's why, Office is different. You know what I'm saying? Well, just because who it serves.
Okay, well, look at it like this, right? And again, as someone, I'm being real, honestly, right? As a consumer, right? Just say you don't know what may come, somebody might be down on their luck, next generation, whatever, and you're not fortunate to have all of the consoles, right? But you can, if you want to still stay up with game, I say, you know what?
Yeah,
I can go get me a PlayStation, right? And I can still play my Gears. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's think about what I'm saying. And whereas and this is the strength of Sony, right? Is that they view the PlayStation as a viable source of income for them. You know what I mean? The more hardware they gotta do, even with Sony, software third party, they don't really make as much on the hardware if they're making any at all. All the money comes from the licensing fees on software, especially the multi-plats, which they didn't pay to develop on, right? But Sony knows that the more PS4s we have at home, the more games we're going to sell. You understand what I'm saying? And it seems like this generation with Microsoft or whatever going to go backwards, and they get the box fine. But your software, you can have we don't want to restrict you from having your software. So me being what you call maybe I want to say an old school gamer or whatever, I'm looking at that and what you call when I say your core, that doesn't give me confidence. You understand? That tell me right now you motherfuckers about to pull a Zoom, the door's going to be closed any day now. You know what I mean? And just flip the goddamn switch. That right there doesn't breed confidence in me, and you know what I mean, as being what you call your core, a diehard consumer. You know what I mean? I understand that the industry is growing, it's expanding. I get all that, you know what I mean? But it's even saying that when you look at your competitors, which is Nintendo and which is Sony, and I understand they may not have the resources as you to do that, but they're kicking your ass and selling more software and more hardware. So I even think that plan, they have to come back to the drawing board and take another look at that. This can't be the answer, Sway. Does that make any sense? Or am I reaching? Anybody?
What's your thoughts there, Post Up?
I mean, you posted in a stroke. Anyway, what do you think, Nethus? Am I reaching or am I? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, as I said, the writing's been on the wall for a while. Like, I know Phil Spencer says, they're not getting out of the console business, and I believe them. Like, there's always going to be an Xbox or going to keep making hardware, but like to me, it doesn't surprise me if they start putting games on other platforms and just being multi-platform, kind of develop a studio along with having their own hardware as a choice. Like, to me, that it just wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, I think that's a way Satya Nadella, the current CEO of Microsoft, wants to go, and from a business aspect, as you said, Microsoft's good as hell as business, so it's just the logical thing for them to do.
And again, like I said, and I also said this, Neetu. I said going back that I had more faith in the product, the brand itself, right? When Steve Ballmer was there, the other guys or whatever the case, and even then they were getting their teeth stomped out by Sony. 5-1. I still had more faith because again I felt the passion, that will to win. You know what I mean? That this generation is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even about so much of a console war thing, and when you just that they don't have. They find what finishing second or third. What here's and again I'm gonna say this again that where Nintendo and Sony wants to be first. You know what I mean? They want to be first, and Microsoft is full. You know what? We know if we never win another MPD, but we sold the most hours logged in ever in Xbox Live for the month of April. Like, this is what this has become.
Well, you have to think about this too, Z. Back in the day with the original Xbox and even the 360 for like the whole time, we had who was the CEO of Microsoft? You had Steve Ballmer, right?
Yeah.
Steve Ballmer, we heard the stories. He said he gave them a blank check. He says, kill them. Kill the competition. Be number one. And now we have Satya Nadella, my uncle. And he gives his people poems. He's all about being the peaceful guy. He really takes after Gandhi or something. So, like, this guy, he doesn't care about the competition. He'd rather coexist. As Monty Moss says, he would rather pull the Silicon Valley and just profit off everyone else. So he doesn't care about this console war. He doesn't care about being number one. He cares about what's going to give him that dollar. That's how he's looking at it. He doesn't care about our console war. He doesn't care about competing. He cares about just making the money.
You know what, Anithos, and to me, it's not even about a console war thing, because I own everything, right?
Yeah,
but I'm just saying is that what the vibes I'm getting from example over there in Redmond, you know what I mean? In the way that they had said, you know what? Because again, let's be real. Just think about it, and it's crazy. Like, they come out and they attack me personally for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Which is cool. What I play, lack of what I play, I do this and that, fine, right? But they don't address the points that I brought them in any of my thing, you know what I mean? Like I said, we haven't had a huge game announcement in 17 months. What we have, like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, and we've had more game and more announcements about services and tech that they acquired, or than actual games. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so make sure, like, maybe, and again, that's me out there. Damage control about this selling the hell out of DX12 and this and that. And I'm just saying, nigga, no more. I'm tired. You know what I mean? And like I said, I understand this is entertainment, and maybe people just don't understand what I'm going. Yes, YouTube is entertainment. You come out there, have fun, make it feel. This is me. I'm a silly guy if you know me. But as a gamer, like I said, he say a true. You know what? I take that back, Needles. Now listen, if it don't apply to the fly, they say be wary of me that he's not a true Xbox game. I don't know how a true Xbox fan honestly can sit back and look like hell, like ain't nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Shit bad when they tell you, when Microsoft gonna bring the heat at the Tokyo Game Show.
Oh,
like, when has Microsoft ever had a presence at the Tokyo Game Show? You know what I mean? Like, I told you I feel like I'm Tupac and the rest of these niggas is Dickie Simmons, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, when has they ever had a presence at Tokyo Game Show? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't care about who. I told you I don't have a problem walking the burning sands and just doing my own thing. I don't care. But I'm sitting back what is it? Like, what the hell's going on here? We can't be for real with this one. You know what I mean? Like, man, like, I knew shit was spooky, Nethos, when they were arguing me down. No, we don't want the coalition to make anything else, and we don't want 343 to make anything else.
Yeah, they don't want the developers to do their job. All right.
Like, God damn it. Like, oh man, what the fuck going on here, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. How could you argue about more games or get more games, man? You know what I mean? That shit wild with me. But you know what's crazy? I just sit back and I used to laugh about it with some other people. But no, that shit is real, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't do that anymore, man. I can't. You know what I mean? Just like
and I get, they say you should be Xbox strong, like stick with them, but you can't stick with a company that's not sticking with you. You know what I mean? Like, if they're not going to compete for you, if they're not going to try for you and get you the best experience and both multi-platform and, first-party IP, exclusive IP, then why should you rep them? Like, what is it doing for you? At this point, you're just being loyal to them for the sake of being loyal. You're almost praying to this fucking plastic.
You
got to be real.
You know what? Right? My man, pay for post right now. Post back there sitting in Uncle Teddy's lap. I didn't spit some real shit out there, right? Now check it out though, right? At the end of the day, right? And the people, you can say what you want, like you say. Everyone has their favorite, they prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you want to you're blessed to have children, trust me, you have multiple kids, you're gonna have your favorite. Whether you choose to admit this shit in public or not, you're gonna have your favorite. And even down with consoles. I'm gonna be real. Like I said, most of the majority of my friends that I've met for years, people that I've met in real life, and that I met on Xbox, right? But they also have PlayStations, right? So it's not that I'm even turning my back on those friendships there. Like I'm, I'm still every night playing my gear. I don't have a PlayStation 4 right now. I sold it. I'm God willing, I'm gonna try to get the PS4 Pro bundle. I can unbox it for you guys. I'm a huge, I've been all the God of Wars. I'm a huge fan of that. I'm looking forward to live streaming it and playing that with y'all. You know what I mean? But again, I'm just saying, even like I said, Uncharted. I've never played that online, Neethles. I'm looking forward to playing Uncharted online. I done met some really cool cats over there on the PlayStation tip, man. I done met some cool cats over there. And like, once out the Von Lamont and 60 of the guys in the Discord, they said to me, so next time you think about it, bro, the PlayStation community has always been your biggest supporters. And y'all really got to make you sit back and scratch my head like, maybe this nigga make me rap. You know what I mean? Maybe for real. You know what I mean? I ain't never really see too many Xbox guys in my comment section saying nothing. There's always the Sony guys. You know what I mean? Or they've been rocking out with the super. Look, I give you. Listen, this is not no hate. It's not even about this. I'm keeping it real talk, right? I say, I gotta call. I said, ball to ball, strike to strike, call spade to spade, right? Even when, like I said, when I started the broadband bullies thing, and again, I'm gonna be honest with you, I got all these ideas, Nathan. Like, and I always, like I said, I'm be goat mouthing. So put the shit. I'm gonna do this broadband bully thing. What they got about an Xbox PlayStation? They ain't got anything to do with that. It's just whatever. Get together, you guys, new talent, post them and build a platform like the bullies and expand off of that. Radio and whatever, whole bunch of other stuff, right? So I've never even starting the Patreon, right? At the end of the day, right? Some of the first people to sign up for the Patreon,
PlayStation
guys. Let that know, like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm like, we enjoy your content. I don't think I got one. When I get to school, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So and I really got to thinking, like, God damn, maybe they are my biggest supporters. You know what I mean? I'm keeping that shit away.
I just got back. What we talking about? I just got back. I ain't quiet. What's up? What we talking about?
About the closet. But other than that,
what he was talking about?
You know what I mean?
He went in on me.
No, he said he wanted to get laid on this stuff. No, I'm bugging out. But no, I'm just saying. I'm keeping it all the way a buck. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm. Somebody say this again, right? Because and I got to be clear. I always get this thrown at me. That I'm doing this for more views or more likes or for lost subscribers. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't think you guys are watching my videos anyway, but I'm just being honest. And if my honesty bothers you the way that I feel about a company that I spent over $2,000 worth in hardware that you're bothered by, but get the fuck, you know what I mean?
Hold on, see. Yeah. Lionel said, little Lionel Richard.
Yeah, my man Lionel.
He said, facts about the Sony guys. Pony power all day, fam.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mr. Man Showman W. Shout out to you guys. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. And again, it's not even about, the money or the dollars. Because I've done this for years. Like, I don't make a dime off these damn shows and AdSense and that shit. I don't know. Much should always mark yellow. But that's neither here nor there. I do it because I enjoy doing to it. But I'm just saying, I just got back to thinking, like, damn. Like, they don't support me any motherfucking way. You know what I mean? I know how it was another telltale sign. I do a video, right? And they're arguing with me on I said, was this not right? I said, well, did you watch the fucking video? No, I didn't watch it. Let's get the fuck out of here then. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, I saw the thumbnail. Get the block, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So, like I said, hold
on. See, y'all ain't for to roast me in the chat. We do this.
Yeah, who getting on you?
Uncle Teddy, you was caught with some stretch pants and a halter top on that church that had Christian Mingles tatted on it. Fuck out of here, boy.
Yeah, it went quiet when that dropped that ether. You know what I mean? But like I said, just going forward in my direction of the content that I'm going to give you guys. Not because I'm going to be up here just slamming Xbox. Even though you guys make it so easy. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of you Xbox guys make it so easy. I'm just gonna just talk gaming, and you know what I mean. I'm gonna call a ball, strike a strike, spade a spade. Sony does. Yeah. You know what I mean. Just giving my opinion, whether it's I don't really like Nintendo. You know how I feel about them, but whether it's Sony or Xbox, you know what I mean. And like I said, leading, like I said, in the next generation, if this trend doesn't change with Microsoft, I don't have a problem going all PlayStation. And I can still, when they put out another Gears, I plug my goddamn controller into the Xbox, my PC, and still play it. So am I really losing anything? I can still talk to my Xbox guys on the app on my computer about he's 110 fam, I'm not losing a goddamn thing. You know? Hey, man, that's what man. That's how I'm rocking right now, man. And I'm sorry for those who don't understand and don't get what I'm saying. You know, but I can say I do no more.
Something. Ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing, man. I don't know where people get off thinking that when you see somebody, when you see things not going right with an ecosystem you're investing in, that you're just gonna turn the other cheek and say, "Okay, it's gonna be all right. We good over here." Nah, man. No, you have to speak up. And the people who leaving and talking down against you, they want A1 since day one. You know what I'm saying? Because true followers or true people that rock with you can learn to agree with you, even if agree or disagree with you, even if they don't like your opinion. They don't pose to like everything you say. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're gonna rock with you on certain things, sometimes they don't. But y'all tripping because this shit is crazy. I ain't never seen no shit
crazy?
Like that.
Riddle me this, right? Real talk. And
I was eating the orange, though. I was eating the orange.
Riddle me this. And tell me if I'm bugging, right? Am I reaching too far, right? Yeah. As of the last 2 weeks, you've seen all of these guys making videos, all these Xbox guys, right? Yeah. All these different podcasts is talking about me, right? Have you ever once seen them in my comment section? Ever? It's been rare. Have you ever once seen them in the chat? No, you haven't.
Well, you know what their intentions are then.
So, and again, I would hate to question one's integrity. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know. But let's keep it real. You don't really rock with me anyway. You know, I'm just you know what I mean? Oh, don't do you support me? No. Nope. You don't. I'm not saying this is not the whole X. I've met some I've met some great people on the Xbox and still do. You know, I'm still here. I'm just saying right now, what they're offering is diabetic gaming to the fullest. Just think about it. Just go back 2 years and look at the exclusives that you got. And I love outside of Gears. I love Gears. You know what I mean? I think Forza Horizon is probably going to be epic, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. But what new game? And again, I say this again. What new game has got you singing Phil's praise? What has he given you?
Yeah, if you think about it,
that's about it.
No, I'm talking about when we talking about big games, we're talking about on the scale of a Halo or a Gears. I'm talking about a new franchise. 360 Halo was the OG era.
And 360
Gears was the 360 era. We haven't got no game this era to kind of solidify this system, to even brand this system. And Sony is just coming out with multiple titles that's people shit on them, but when they drop, they might don't do numbers right out the gate, but they have legs. Like Horizon Zero Dawn has legs. It did. Uncharted has legs, which is a $1 billion franchise along with Racing.
I gotta address something in the chat. My man, Halo Storm. He said, "Man, forget that T Reaper put $150 in the super check. Let's not forget what I've done for T Reaper. Okay, neither here nor there. I don't believe in saying, you know what I mean, but." The fact that you know T Reaper was because of what? You wasn't shooting with him in the gym. You know what I mean? But it's cool. You know what I mean? When the Xbox community, those shunned him, when T Reaper did a certain video pissing on a certain gaming peripheral, did I turn my back on you?
Want to say that?
No, we gotta call it. I'll probably be. And let me tell you something. I don't have a problem with whoever dissing me. I would never. And again, I consider people a friend. I don't mind. Yeah. That doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me. I'm so numb to this.
See, Reaper knows all love.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So before you get in your feelings when it come out to defending your boy, it's not Reaper's been there. Let's not forget what I've done for Reaper. When a lot of the people in the Xbox community, how you say, excommunicated him. I guess he said something racist and I don't know what the hell. You didn't see me out there. Like, I don't do that. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, stop.
You're rocking with him and still rock with him.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with Reaper. You know what I mean? And I also said this: if it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But so I digress. But I'm sorry, I ain't mean to cut. I just wanted to.
You had to speak on it, man. You had to speak on it.
Mm-hmm. Speaking on the point you made, post up. You know what I want to give Microsoft credit for? At least in the beginning of the generation, they were kind of trying to get the IP. They released Rise, which was you know, it was hated on, but at least it was something. They released Sunset Overdrive, which had potential, and if they were able to lock down Titanfall, that really could have been the next big game. But of course, that's EA now. But at least they were trying in the beginning. What are they going with now?
You know what, Nithus? This whole generation has been terrible for Microsoft. They fumbled out of the gate. They went through some internal transitions that that they're just now completing that kind of messed everything up on the gaming side. And now towards the end of a generation, they're trying to get, they don't have, it's over. It's nothing they can do right now, but prepare for the next generation. And that's just facts. Whether you're an Xbox fan or not, it is nothing. The lead is too big, the gap too big. Ain't no recovering from this. The only thing Microsoft can do right now is learn from what happened in this generation and make sure it don't happen in the next. That's the only thing. As far as any big AAA title, I think the last title we might get that will be another Halo game. And we might not get the Halo we want. It might be a spinoff. We might don't see Halo into the next generation. Possibly.
And I wouldn't even mind that.
Possibly. And I wouldn't even be mad at them because at this point, it's nothing they can do. And that is fact. As an Xbox fan, I don't like to say that. I'm glad I'm at the same time mad that they're in the position they're in, but I'm glad because sometimes you got to get your ass whooped or knocked down in order to learn how to get back up again. And they knocked Sony down in the last generation, and Sony got back up swinging this generation. So hopefully Microsoft can do the same in the next.
Yeah. And even though it's disappointing, we have to wait till next generation. If you at least show me the games, at least I could have some scrap of hope. You know what I mean? To keep me over, because not knowing anything is one of the worst things.
Say something. My mic hit. What you say, Nathan? Or your mic? I couldn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. All I heard was
okay. What I'm saying is, if they could at least show me what you have in store for next generation or whatever your game's coming out, at least I could have some hope.
Listen, Nithus, and that's why I say we have to stop the damage control shit. Like come on, like even with that, I said that Microsoft had to come out and show their fans what they're working on to get us excited. There's nothing wrong with Sony showing what their future is to get their fan base excited. But no, we don't want to see a game coming out a year from now because it's gonna get pushed back. I'm gonna say this again: games get delayed all the time. That's just the nature of the business, okay? But we've had games that the people were looking forward to that got canceled and they didn't have a game to replace them. You understand what I'm saying? That's a huge difference. It's like Sony coming out there showing no Days Gone, right? They get delayed, fine. But if they cancel it, that's a huge hit. That's something totally. But games get delayed all the damn time and not have anything to take the back. You know what I mean? To take that game's place. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. Like I said, I've always said that Microsoft to come out there and show us what they're working on outside of Gears, Force, and Halo. You know what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, going into Microsoft's E3, you know what you're going to see. You know what I mean? And that's why I get Sony credit for them when they came just out of nowhere again. And again, going back to I know we're going into E3 2018, but that 2016 was so epic for me because all that shit came out of nowhere. The Spider-Man, The Day Is Gone, God of War. You know what I mean? I wasn't that interested in Detroit back then, but I'm more interested in now, like the way it looks now. All that shit was unexpected, and all they got is that, and then here comes with PS6 or whatever the hell. Now you got Ghost of Tsushima, you got this, you got the Last of Us 2. Like, goddamn,
hold on. Yo, 69, you ain't gonna keep disrespecting me in his chat with this Uncle Ted. The first 2 numbers and the last 2 numbers in your name is 6996. Enough said. Think about that.
Oh,
I said one don't score. We all took the pussy and go up in the row. You know what I mean? He said that's a grunge.
Yeah, but it's a wrap, man. They're gonna and I think they're doing that now. I think what they show with DirectX 12, I think by next generation, hopefully they have more developers in-house. I think all the engines will move over to DX12 based engines. I think all the games in next generation will be built up from the ground up with DX12 with DX12, and I think that new ray tracing technology they just partnered with AMD and NVIDIA with, I think we'll see that in the next generation as well, and we will see some of that tech towards the end of this generation, from what I'm hearing too. Alex, how do I sound confused? I'm just keeping it real, bro. I'm staying with Microsoft. Like I said, they going through a rough. I'm gonna go through this drought with them, this rough time with them. I'm just hoping they learn from it like Sony did.
Von Lamont put Microsoft needs to give some of their old IPs a break. Sony and Naughty Dog came out and said they're done with Uncharted for now. Good point. And they are making a new third person outside of The Last of Us. You're absolutely right, Lamont. And
that's exactly what Z's been saying. And even have some Microsoft has old IP they could really bring to now. Like you could bring back Mech Assault. That's a big hit right there in the making. Like you can put the cloud computer, whatever the hell you want. As we saw with Titanfall, people want those mech games, so Mech Assault has an opportunity. Like they should invest in different IP, or at least IP they haven't used in a while.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hey man, bring back. I know the first Brute Force wasn't that good, but that game just screams 4-player with co-op. Bring that shit back, something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't, you know,
you even have Game Pass. That's like the perfect thing for you. Oh, any thoughts from you? Post up about what games it should do. Anything about Game Pass?
Hold on. I gotta address the people in the chat. Look, at some point, I've always said this. At some point, I will get a PS4. Right now, I got a lot of stuff going on, so that purchase is on hold right now. But at some point, I will get a PS4. You might have to say, put it on layaway.
Oh damn!
Oh man, but as far as Game Pass, I'm still on the fence. Content wise, I have to see where they're gonna go with Game Pass and what they're gonna do with it content wise. If they get the content right, Game Pass will be a big hit. I think it's gonna be a big hit based on the fact that all first party titles will be accessible from it. And I do think Microsoft is not the only one that's going to do this. I think as Game Pass continue to grow, as the numbers continue to grow, you understand Sony and Nintendo, they be having access to numbers that we don't have access to. You know what I'm saying? As far as what other companies is doing from a revenue standpoint. So if they see Game Pass as being profitable, then at some point they'll come up with their own version of it.
Hold up, my man, the Raven Flow. You guys can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He says Microsoft needs to acquire studios known for multiplayer. Where you going with that? What do you mean?
Well, because like I would always said, Xbox, you know, they have a very strong multiplayer front, Halo, Gears, even Forza. So he's saying maybe your new IP should have a big multiplayer focus with that new studio.
Something. I mean, I'm not really far as worried about Microsoft with the multiplayer. My thing is their first party studios, man. You know what I mean? That's what I'm more. Well, here's the thing: if they're not going to open more studios, you know what I mean? And again, I said again, shout out to Mighty Mouse for what's my attention what made the 360 so great last generation. They had great second party deals. You understand? You know, the 99 Nights and you know, all those, you know, Two Human, all those games were like second party deals they had. So when when you felt the lows of not getting your Halo or another, well, even Gears at the time that was made through Epic. You know what I mean? Back then they had was of Halo, Forza, and Fable. They had those second party deals to fill the void. If they're not going to invest in the studio, or you know what I mean, or how to develop the talent on their own, go out there and buy it. You have Obsidian, what's in games? They just closed down Obsidian, or buy them. You know what I mean?
Or Visceral.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I would. Yeah, you right. They closed Obsidian.
Or
Obsidian's gone.
Oh man, why my that was the company that Microsoft went to, and you know what? The game
it's still around, but like it's independent.
Yeah, I'm just saying the game that Microsoft pulled away from them. I you know what? After the dude from Obsidian explained what happened, they couldn't. It was too much for them to handle. You know what I'm saying? As far as what Microsoft was asking for, but what Microsoft was asking for was the type of shit we wanted. It's just Obsidian said, you know, we weren't in a position to deliver. Purchase them, put some people around them so they can deliver on a game that we didn't get a chance to see, because what Microsoft was asking for was some shit that we wanted.
Hold on, let me put it
something revolutionary.
My man Von Lamont, he says, Sony has no reason to do Game Pass anytime soon. And I say yes and no, Von. Not to say that PS Now couldn't have been success, but the way that they, you know, you couldn't download it, you had to stream it. And also, you gotta realize the price in the PS Now, you know, they was charging $15, $20 to rent an old ass game. Like, that was just Sony's greed, and you know what I mean, really screwed up PS Now, you know what I mean? And again, they look at numbers, because look, I'll give you an example. Let me be real. You look at what Sony has, about 80 million consoles, whatever, 70, whatever the hell they have, right? And you look at a game like Horizon or whatever, right? Or whatever the hell. Now say if, you know, they sold 7 million, whatever they sell, could you imagine if your 70 million customers paid $10 a month? Could you, that's in a several amount of cash. I mean, you know what I mean? So going forward, like I said, if it's profitable and Microsoft turns a buck and they do it, hell yeah, you know, Sony's gonna follow. So you see, they did it with Xbox Live and PS Now. You know what I mean? It's, you know, they both influence each other. You know what I mean? That's why we have Xbox. It was like games with gold, because Sony, you know, had PS, you know, had their games. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, it is. I mean, at the end of the day,
I mean, they feed off each other, and I think that's why I was saying the PlayStation Nation can thank Microsoft for what they did in the 360 era. Hopefully, we'll be able to thank Sony the next generation to what they did in this era.
And I also want to address the Ravenflow. Shout out to you. He donated $1.99, and he said Microsoft doesn't know how to make the games we want. And he also said they need to hire people who do know. And, you know, my response to that is, you know, back in the day when it was it Donnie D, Z's favorite?
Yeah.
You had Phil Spencer, you know, who was looking for the games, who was in hired a first party. And this generation, Phil apparently was head of Xbox and head of first party. So, you know, things were slipping through the crack. But I think Phil knew what games we wanted. And I hope the guy who took over for Phil's job, Matt B, will also learn what games we want.
Yeah, Phil knew he couldn't deliver. When he stopped that check in that bag, it was over.
Hold on. Let me just my man here in the chat. And my man Buju Ram. He said his first comment, he said some next gen Z, please don't become one of these Xbox bashing channels. I said most of these Sony guys on Xbox bashing channels hiding behind a Sony fanboy supposed new channel. Here's the thing, my man. At the end of the day, right? First of all, you gotta it's not bashing. It's like, you know what I mean.
Constructive criticism. They don't know the difference. They do not know the.
Now listen. Now me, you know, talking about Microsoft slipped me to a diabetic coma.
Oh my god!
So I said they sent me a motherfucking bag of Twizzlers. I got a bag of Twizzlers right here, right? But I'm just shedding light with the comedic tone of what's wrong with the company. I've done the same thing in the past. You know what I mean? Again, listen, to put your heart at rest. I'm not one of how you say call yourself neutral channels or whatever, and I don't own the product. You know what I mean? Know that I've actually invested money in the product. So where I'm speaking from a point of, you know what I mean, like, hey, I spent my money, this is what I don't like, or I'm giving my opinion on whatever said news. You know, it's not about me back. I just, like I said, as me being, an OG Xbox gamer, I don't like the direction that the ship is going in. That's all good, brother. And again, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't like, just like you say, I'm up shit. I make fun of every goddamn body. I'm just a naturally funny guy. You know what I mean? It's not about, but right now, like I said, as a gamer, fanboy shit put aside, no, YouTube, Sony is, you know, fit my needs. Me wrong. If it wasn't for Gears of War, I'm gonna even cut my goddamn Xbox. I'm gonna just keep it all the way a buck. I can talk to you guys on my Xbox phone chat on my
Android or iPhone or iPad.
You know what I mean? My man Charles Quinton said nobody likes recurring costs. I doubt more than 15% of Xbox keep an active subscription to Game Pass. Anyone here numbers are for EA Access? I don't know, but I still have my EA Access. You know what I mean? I use it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So
a lot of people even forget they have that shit and just keep paying for it anyways.
$30 for the year, $4.
They called me with that $5 a month. I can't. well, fat up, man. Then I'm like, oh man, this EA access. And see, companies bet on that. They know you're gonna forget.
No, but you'd be surprised how gullible people are. And when they see like, hey, look, I'm making this game for free. Fuck it, I'll keep it.
Oh, my man, shout out my man Kurt the Rooster Gordon. He said, I'm playing Far Cry 5 now on my Xbox. I heard it looks. I don't have Far Cry. Hashtag Mooching.
Damn.
I don't have it. I heard it's amazing. I never listen. I've never played a Far Cry game. Never. I don't think.
Oh, you'll like Far Cry.
You know, man. I heard this co-op story.
The 6-player co-op.
Yeah, we can run through the actual campaign together.
Yeah, bro, Ben Bullies. Let's go.
Oh, okay. I gotta get it. Hashtag Mooching. He said, playing Far Cry 5 right now on my X. And texture about the Sony pony got the setup with 1600p resolution. Blurry soup texture on their PS4 Pro.
He going in.
Man, we just fuck around with that soup shit.
Yeah. My man.
Is that Vest?
That's who? Oh, is that who?
Like, I thought that was Vest.
Oh, yeah.
The Vest.
My man, look, got somebody to come and talk about it. He said, why? Man, let's see stuff like this point. Me don't understand again. My man Prime, shout out to you, right? First of all, thank you for watching. And taking the time out of your day to lead this long ass message. But he says, why y'all niggas complaining? Master gonna take care of us come E3. So now he said, y'all niggas always want to complain when E3 is right around the corner. Makes no sense. If E3 is trash, then we burn this shit down. No, listen.
We've been complaining way before E3. We've been complaining since last
year. And maybe you may understand this. Look at this, right? Why do it have to be wait till that? If this let's let you know that there's a problem. You're saying the same. If your preferred platform is delivered to you at this E3, you're done with it. Also, it shouldn't even came to this point. Is what we're saying. It shouldn't even got this goddamn far to be one. Like they'll come with E3. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Let's let you know that there is a problem in the why where you're complaining. You know what I mean? Like damn, it's just that bad. You know what I mean?
I call you chickens coming home to roost.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
we used to call PlayStation delay station. Sony gamers used to say wait to E3, all that at one point, and now we're going through the same thing they went.
And I want to comment on that, but the Raven Flow, he says no one to make AAA games is most important. Absolutely. And what is your name here? J Hart RIC. EA Access is a great value for $30 a year.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, if you play sports games and
What's
shit,
good,
great
Ken?
value.
You know, man, you get to try the games 5 days early, but you get about a few dollars off. You know what I mean? You know,
and you play those sports games. I mean, fuck it. If you just wait a little bit, they'll come into you.
But they even let you play the actual retail game for 10 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Before usually if the game comes out Tuesday, it goes in there Friday. So you got the whole weekend or whatever.
I mean, that's why you bought that new Madden. Like, you wouldn't have bought that unless you got the EA Access shit.
I do want to say this though. I can finally say this, and hopefully, I don't have to say it again. I want to say R.I.P. to the R.I.P. Xbox podcast.
Oh my god. But wait, before we go on, Z, I want to address that comment you had earlier about you complaining and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've been more or less consistent throughout all years on YouTube, because in the beginning of the generation, you were actually complaining that Sony wasn't for the gamer and they weren't putting out the big bangers.
No, they weren't.
Blah blah blah. Just the same shit you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So because Xbox isn't putting out those bangers, because Xbox isn't putting out the games, you're complaining for Xbox now. So you've been consistent. You've always complained. You've always been very vocal. And I say that goes for a lot of our community.
No, yeah, I've always voiced my opinion a little over the top with the you know what I mean? Again, I think sometimes the message may get lost of what I'm saying, through my theatrics and stuff, that I do. Yeah. But like I said, I've always, and again, and maybe some Sony guys like Knack and like Killzone. I didn't like him. I didn't. I never liked Killzone.
You called him dog shit.
Even Bloodborne. I listened. I heard it. I got to play it. I got it free with the games with gold thing. What's it called?
Oh man, you're gonna. I don't know about that one for you, but
I tried.
Do you want to tell the origin of what we call some Sony fanboys the phrase "pony"? Because you were the actual person who invented that shit.
Where did it come from? To be honest with you, what the God's on is true. On Easter Sunday, they're going to stick day. You know what happened? I forgot who the hell I was arguing with out there fighting that console war. And I just ran out. I ran out of something. Like, fucking Sony, pony.
Yeah, the DX12 in your jacket.
Yeah. This was before the DX12. I would just argue. This is actually before E3. This was right after Microsoft.
Shit.
So I started saying this shit. Then Sony pony. Then somebody else started saying, "Oh fuck it," I'm start saying it. If I was smart, man, I should have tried to. I don't patent some of that shit, man. Because you know what's crazy? People say what they want. We close the show with this. My little dog shit ass channel. So many of my sayings and quotes influence this community that everyone goes around saying. You know what I mean? Everybody talking about shit spooky in these game streets. And again, that's just language from where I'm from. You know what I mean? That's the way that we talk. We just start putting some of that shit on t-shirts, man, and hashtag diabetic gaming. We gotta make make some money off that, man. Right now, I see Crap Gamer took the credit for that Sony Pony shit. Somebody showed me in the urban dictionary or some shit. Crap yeah, culture vulture. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? That's what it came from. Me just arguing with somebody. Well, whatever happened, and just ran out of something to say. So you know what I mean? Fuck up Sony Pony. You know what I mean? And that's how that shit came stuff.
And you also call them Sony ponies because back then those Sony fanaticals, fanboys would kind of take anything they were given. They wouldn't complain.
The way I looked at it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And now some of us Xbox guys are kind of becoming like those type of people. Those I don't know. I guess I'll call them drones.
Listen, I've learned to see. I thought, silly me, that I thought
that we might have been better.
Yeah.
A fanboy, as you said.
Yeah, weirdos are weirdo, no matter the goddamn controller. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, listen, I would say this though. You know what I mean? I will give the Sony guys more credit because they all say they had hope and they got faith, and we'll see. And shit turned out good for them. Like none of us in our hand, we fucked up, right? You know what I mean?
And that's what I don't understand though. Like, it's like they had hope, they had faith, they knew, and even then they was damage controlling. But now that Microsoft is in the same predicament, we can't have no hope, no faith. It's just over. Can't believe in nothing they say. But you guys did the opposite when y'all was going through the same situation. That I do not understand.
But they saying that Sony track improves himself. They always come with it.
Well, I can understand that.
You want to pay the bills there?
Yeah. Shout out to Lionel Bolgen. I appreciate it, good brother. Shout out to the Godfather of Ponies Next Gen. He put the pony power on it. Man, you know what? I kind of look at it like this, right?
Man,
listen. I gotta go out. Listen, today's Easter Sunday. I gotta give these niggas a religious quote, right? We're gonna close the show with this, right? There's some conspiracy theories that said that the Catholicism started Islam, that the Pope gave them the basis of the Quran. Real talk, I bullshit you not. And that's the way I look at myself as the Pope. I came out there, I was all about thousand Christianity, and I was over there feeding the ponies, man. You know what I mean? Now I'm ready to turn them. He said WWE.
Father pony.
But now on some real shit though. I'm listen, man. Like going forward, like I said, man, I'm gonna start some new shit, man. Break by break, they force my hand. We gonna destroy and rebuild, man.
Hey, hold on. We got to get this out the way. I don't know what he used the context of mocap gaming wrong. I don't even think he knew what. I don't even think he know what mocap is. Mocap is pretty much a part of every game. Pretty much. It's pretty much at some point any game, any triple A game out right now use some form of mocap. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what dude was talking. He said Microsoft need more mocap.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I'm not even calling that dumb shit.
Help these people.
I don't even know what that was about. That mocap. I'm gonna leave him alone. With that one.
But we gonna leave. I digress.
Triple Class, what's going on, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, we about to get the hell out of here. Thank you for spur of the moment. Hot together. Hit the like button. So it's 275 people here. Hit the like button.
Yeah, and before we go, I gotta give a shout out. So the Broadband Bullies, we're starting up our gaming league. We've been talking about it for a while. And I also want to say this weekend, probably Friday around 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern, we're going to have our first Broadband Bullies League match. And it's going to be my team in Rainbow Six Siege versus Space Kite, if you know that guy. Oh. So tune in for that. I'll tweet out and shit, so you'll all be updated.
So we want to thank y'all for gathering with Father Pony. Being blessed with his...
On Easter Sunday.
Hold on, listen.
I hit y'all with that. Hit y'all, boom, bang, hit that, boom, bang. But anyway, like I said, man, thank you for rocking out, man. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. I don't know if BG just sees tomorrow, whatever. Yeah, you get a show tomorrow.
All the ponylytics out there, salute for getting down with the religion. Ponylytics.
Pony religion, yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, man. Shit,
when you start your shit, Neverland, I see that.
It's the broadband ponies now.
Broadband pony. Hey, they love me on this side, man. They said, man, hey, man, Jesus piece. You don't even believe in Jesus. I'm out of here, man. Like, they did me dirty, man. You guys made me, like I told you, man, Microsoft made me a non-believer, man. They did
That's going to be a good match with Space Cat, right? Neither.
I don't know. I haven't seen him play, but hopefully.
Who the hell is Space Cat?
Space Cat's been rocking with the community for a while.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's T-Bot's uncle.
You need to play Louise and them team. Louise from Bang Bang? From Bang Bang?
Oh, they can play that.
Hey, and on Rainbow Six?
Yeah, they can play.
That dude is a problem.
Yeah, they can play that Rainbow.
You want some cup?
Yeah, they can play that Rainbow.
Yeah, we're still alive though, right?
Oh yeah, man, I'm about to hit the
button. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Shout out there, hold up, my man Lionel Bunch $2. Shout out to the Broadband Ponies, man. We gotta change their name. Broadband Ponies, yeah. We out here. Hashtag mocap gaming. Keep mocap gaming alive. Fuck niggas.